Well, Nelson Angel is an author who's with us here today, and what time is it for you at the moment?
4 freaking a.m.
Why on earth did you decide to do an interview at this time?
Because, I didn't have many options when I had to choose the time.
Oh.
And yesterday I had to film from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. I arrived home, I set up everything, and then I said, okay, I'm going to try to sleep for a while and wake up for this interview at 4 a.m.
Yeah. Well, we hope you're at the top of your game despite all the tiredness.
I'm going to be honest with you. I can't be on top of my game right now. I'm trying to survive and be awake. But let's see.
Yeah. So you've got a new book called Aliens on Earth, The Day They Arrived. I guess is it pretty self-explanatory what the basic premise of the book is?
Yes, basically, yes. And it's my first book, to be honest with you. And I'm very, very happy to have achieved this goal, It was something that I always dreamed because I'm a video producer.
Yeah.
And I never, ever dreamed of being a book author. So making this book, it was a very, very good thing that I did in my life.
Yeah.
It's a new challenge, right?
Yeah, definitely. And how would you describe the aliens in the book? Are they the scary and evil ones that we always fear? Or is there an element of, actually, they're just like us?
Spoiler alert. They didn't come here to help us like Hollywood shows in a lot of videos, in a lot of films. But they are in their shape. They look like us in a kind, but their essence is different. Yes.
Yeah, if they look a lot like us, is it hard for the characters to tell who's an alien and who's not?
Yes.
Oh.
And you are going to be able to see this in in 3 chapters of the book. You are going to be able to see that it was very, very difficult for them to be able to find out that one of the characters was the alien.
Yeah. And what planet do these aliens come from in the book? Is it somewhere pretty far away?
Yes, pretty far away. Spoiler alert again. Because come on, Toby, you were making me to say a lot of things here. But I'm working on the second book.
Oh.
But I'm still on the research part because is one of the characteristics that I wanted to give to my book is have a pretty solid and concrete foundation, like scientific, about everything that I'm writing.
Yeah.
It's a fiction story, okay? It's a fiction story, but I want to give solid foundations for that story to happen. So I'm researching. I've been researching for 3 months now, and I have the skeleton of the story of the new book. And we are going to have a lot of explanations there.
Yeah, and it's so important to have good scientific foundation because you never know who's going to read it. Some expert in space and extraterrestrial life might read it and go, this is a load of rubbish. But you've done your research and you know what you're writing about.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'm a video producer or a film producer, and I wrote this book as I was writing a script for a film.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if we have people that can start reading from the middle of the book and on or whatever. But if they do that, they are not going to be able to understand the story because you have a sequence, a linear sequence.
Yeah.
And to write that story, I wanted to go and research on the sites that we have on Earth, that we could be able to see a spaceship arriving to Earth, and on top of that, I put places where I used to live before. Of course, I live in Los Angeles now, so everything is started here. But my family is from Montebelluna in Italy. So I know Montebelluna very well and all the cities around, and I try to use describing that area as better I could to make the story happen. And on top of that, I had to research a lot on where we could be able to observe a spaceship coming and how it would be.
Yeah, absolutely. And the book being called The Day They Arrived, does the book take place over the course of one day?
No, one day. No, I don't wanna. I don't wanna tell the story because I want people to buy the book. But no, it's not. It doesn't happen in one day. No. Yeah. It takes places since the time that they are observed far. And everything starts with the observation when the spaceship is near Mars. Okay, until they arrived there, it was like practically 2 days. And if you say why Mars, is because our capacity to see objects in space goes only that further. We cannot see anything beyond that distance. Is another thing that I researched, and I want to be very, very accurate.
Is that true though? Because sometimes I've been out at night and somebody's gone, look, there's Jupiter. So we can see that far, can't we?
Yeah, for a planet. But we are talking about a spaceship.
Ah, okay.
So.
Yeah. So what got you interested in aliens and stuff?
2 videos that I watched on YouTube. Because I learned how to read a little bit of body language. And I watched these 2 videos, and it was pretty clear that the people talking about the subject, they were not comfortable talking about there. It's like, I'm talking about this, but I really don't believe everything that I'm saying. Because, our mouth can say anything, but our body always say the truth. Is one rule that we have in body language. And I watched these 2 videos and said, oh, come on, man. You could do better. So then I said, I want to write a book. But I still didn't have the story or what the book would be about. And I said, you know what? I'm going to start from there and see if everything that they are saying about aliens is right or wrong, and try to go from there. So these 2 videos stimulated me a lot.
So do you believe in extraterrestrial life then?
I do believe that we could have life out of Earth, because come on, the odds for us to not have life out of Earth is impossible. We have zillions of planets in the universe, and we would have life only here on Earth. It's not probable. It's not probable, and this is another research that I had to do, because I watched videos from biologists and astronomers that they give pretty good foundation to say that, we have life out of Earth. If you ask me, do you believe that these creatures or beings came to Earth already? I don't know. I don't know how to say, because I've never seen any. So I don't want to speculate, about this. Like I said, I like to attain myself to scientific facts, not with my only speculation from in my imagination.
Yeah, and I guess it's pretty unlikely that there's absolutely nothing else. And in a way, it's kind of arrogant to assume that we are the only planet with life on it.
No, that's for sure. And if you will go until some years ago, no, it's more than a century.
Yeah.
We thought that we were the center of the universe.
Yeah.
So I think that human beings tend to be very arrogant about, oh no, we are the only ones and we are the only smart people.
Yeah.
And we are so smart that we are not capable of going back to the moon. So it's weird.
Yeah, and I guess there's still a lot of arrogance in us today, evidently.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure.
And there's people that have all sorts of theories about how the pyramids in Egypt were built by aliens, and some people are descendants from aliens. Do you believe in any of that stuff?
Okay, the Egyptian pyramids was one of the videos that stimulated me to write my book, and the second one was those. I think that they are walls in Peru.
Oh.
I think that they say that you cannot fit a paper sheet in between the rocks. I think that is Peru. I don't remember anymore because I did all this research last year. But come on, man, we are capable to do something by ourselves, right?
Yeah.
We are achieving a lot of things in this modern era. Sorry, I'm still sleeping, and we never needed aliens to do that.
Yeah.
So it would be very cynical for some generations in the future excavating everything that we are doing today and said, oh no, see this building, it was too tall for human beings to do. They had help from aliens to do. Or this plane, come on, like the Concorde, it flies twice faster than the speed of sound. We are not capable of doing that. They definitely had aliens help to do.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that pyramids were made by aliens. You know, I think that we are capable of doing things, and we have scientific proof that people had to pull those big rocks there to make the pyramids. We still don't know how exactly, but we have some theories showing that it was possible for human beings to build them. So.
Yeah. And I guess it's just used as a kind of get-out thing when you don't know the answer to how something was done. It's just, aliens did it.
Yeah, or God.
Yeah.
You know, when we don't have a good explanation or a material proof of something, oh no, God did, or the aliens did. It's easier. It's very comfortable for us to do this.
Yeah. And I guess there's always this assumption that aliens are a lot more smarter and high-tech than us, so they'd be able to do that, but probably most aliens would be just like us or only a little bit better.
Okay, let's go by part here. That they are more evolved than us, for sure.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we are so evolved that we are not capable to go back to the moon. You know, they say, no, because we have that magnetic belt that holds us back on Earth. We cannot trespass that part or whatever. But so for you to have a civilization that is capable of travel distances that are measured in light years to come here, they needed to be more evolved than us for sure. But you know, I saw one biologist saying something about a relationship between aliens and humans, and he made an analogy that would be the same way we humans look at ants.
Wow.
You know? Yeah, exactly the same. Because ants have some developed some intelligence to do what they do. Their place to live, how to gather food to store and have the winter gone. But we are way more evolved than them, right? And we don't try to communicate with an ant.
Yeah.
For sure. We don't try to teach them, oh no, but if you put some concrete here, your nest is going to be more solid or whatever. Yeah. So this is, it in fact wasn't only one biologist, it was two, and they said that if we have aliens, they wouldn't come to Earth to help us, to evolve our technology or whatever. They would look at us as we look at ants.
Yeah. So would they just step on us all the time then?
I wouldn't say step, because we are kind of pretty big beings. Yeah. But we would be insignificant to them, That thing that we watch on 4th of July. No, Independence Day.
Yeah.
That oh no, they come with a very sophisticated ship, but we with our F-18 is capable of beat their technology, and then I punch the creature in the face. I drag with my parachute. Come on, man. Nah.
So how long did this book take you to write then? Did you write it during lockdown?
Lockdown is kind of subjective for me, because I never stopped working.
Yeah.
I own two businesses here in Los Angeles, and one of my business is monitoring CCTVs from states. So I've always worked. But it took me 1 month to make the story, what we call the skeleton, right, of the story. I said, I have an idea that the story can start like this, is going to develop to this, and then it's going to end like that. So it took me 1 month for that, 4 months to research, because I wanted to gather as more information I could about everything, because I had the skeleton, and then I had to change some things based on the research. So practically it was 1 month for the idea, 4 months for the research, and then I wrote the book in 3 weeks.
Wow, yeah.
With everything in hand, I wrote the book in 3 weeks. But if you count the 2 courses that I studied to learn how to write a book, then we needed to include another 4 months.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you mentioned you've got a sequel on the way. How's that coming along?
I didn't say a sequel. I just said a second book. I don't know if it's a sequel or a prequel. Because the second book is going to explain a lot of the first. Two things that are important that I learned on these courses, and I had on both of them, is once you finish the course, you need to make a test, right? So give the draft to some friends that you know that they are honest, and I have these kind of friends, and see what they say. So they always told me this. All my friends said, oh, the story is so nice. You wrote in a way that we don't want to stop, because the book is not big, Toby. The book is really, really small. All my friends read the book in 2 to 3 hours. Okay? Yeah, it's very short. But they said, it's a small book, but the way you wrote the story makes us to not stop reading, because we want to know what happened in the next chapter. But on top of that, they said, but why this? Why that? But how this happened? So I said, okay, so we have some gaps in the story. that gives me opportunity to write a second book and explain everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's gonna be a sequel or a prequel. Of course, that I know, but I'm not gonna say. But the second book is gonna explain all these gaps that we have there.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll just have to wait and see then. And in the meantime, where are we able to check out the current book, Aliens on Earth, The Day They Arrived?
I'm selling on Amazon. I'm selling on Amazon. So if you go there, you are going to be able to see the book for sure. And I'm selling on ebook format and paper as well.
Great. Well, thanks very much for joining us here on the show. It's been great having you on.
Oh, thank you for having me here. It was a great pleasure, although it's 4:30 a.m. But it was a nice conversation.